How is it going, everybody? This is RBT coming at you as my 2013/2014 preseason college football BCS bowl prediction video. Much like last year, I'm just going to predict which teams make each BCS bowl, not necessarily who will win each BCS bowl, because I believe it's way too early for that. I mean, it's way too early to predict the BCS bowls, who makes them, but everybody does a preseason prediction, so here is mine. Last year I did this very, very early, maybe late April or early May, but I waited a little bit later this year to do it. And I'm coming out with all my conference prediction videos. I actually put my SEC conference prediction yesterday, and I'll do my Big Ten conference prediction later today. But I want to get this video out before I do the rest of them, so everybody can be watching this as well. So let's get started. Gonna make it very simple. Hopefully this won't be too long, and let's get right into it. We'll start with the Orange Bowl. I actually have Florida State, who I believe will win the ACC, versus the one BCS Bowl buster this year, Fresno State. I believe they'll go undefeated, and their strength of schedule will be a lot better than teams in the past from non-BCS conferences, because the Mountain West actually has a conference championship this year. And if that's the case, they most likely will have to beat Boise State twice in a row. Have an early game against Rutgers. I believe they'll win. They have a very talented team coming back, a very underrated quarterback coming back in Derek Carr. So I believe they'll be a pretty good team this year, and I think they have a great chance of going undefeated. And if they do, I believe they end up playing Florida State in the Orange Bowl. Last year, Florida State played Northern Illinois in the Orange Bowl and pretty much handled them very easily. And moving on to the Fiesta Bowl, I have Oklahoma State, I believe, who will be the champions of the Big 12 Conference, versus probably an unlikely foe to all you guys out there, but I have them playing Oregon State, which will be I have them second place in the Pac-12 North, right above Stanford. So that will be tough between them and Stanford. I actually have them beating Stanford, I believe, during the regular season, and that's why I have them going to the Fiesta Bowl as an at-large bid, and you'll see why in just a second. But Oregon State is a really good team coming back, very underrated. A lot of starters coming back. Cody Vaz is a really good quarterback. Storm Woods, an explosive running back. And they just have a very good team. Mike Riley, I believe, has Oregon State right where he wants them. Have a pretty good schedule this year, so don't be surprised if you see Oregon State in a bowl like the Fiesta Bowl. And Oklahoma State, also a very talented team coming back. I think it's going to be between them and Texas to win the Big 12. Head-to-head, have Oklahoma State beating Texas, so that's pretty much why I have Oklahoma State here in the Fiesta Bowl. So this would be a really fun matchup between the two teams. So, like I said, Oklahoma State versus Oregon State in the Fiesta Bowl. Next, the Rose Bowl. Two conference champions here of the Pac-12 in the Big Ten. Ohio State versus Oregon. And the reason being, I have both teams with one loss. And Ohio State, we all know they bring an insane offense back. They're going to have one of the best offense easily in the Big Ten coming back. Defense is going to be pretty good, but I don't think they bring enough back on the defensive side of the football to win every single game in the Big Ten. I think one game somewhere they'll slip up, because they'll have the opportunity to go to the national championship very easily. But I'm thinking a game like Northwestern, they might slip up. But we'll see. And also, Oregon, have them losing sometime during the season, and I honestly cannot remember who I have them losing to. But good team coming back, a heck of a team. But like I said, Oregon slipped up a couple times the last few years. They're 500 against the best teams in the Pac-12, 500 against really good teams. They always take care of the easy teams that they're supposed to beat. But like I said, they're about 500 against the Auburns, the Stanfords, the USC. So, like I said, I believe Oregon will slip up somewhere this year, especially with Chip Kelly not coming back. Give Oregon another year, and I think they really should be definite contenders for the national championship next year. And moving on to the Sugar Bowl, I have Texas A&M versus Clemson. So that will be a very, very tough game and a fun game to watch, actually. That has Texas A&M as at-large bid. Also, Clemson has at-large bid with Florida State actually winning the ACC, going to the Orange Bowl. That's the automatic bid there. and Texas A&M coming in second place in the SEC West. So I think there will be a couple teams that could possibly get the bid. I believe Georgia's going to win the SEC East and lose to Alabama again in the SEC championship game. It could be either South Carolina or Georgia, vice versa. But I believe whatever team comes off in the loss in the SEC championship game will come off in the wrong end again, because they're gonna have so many teams ranked in the top 14 that will probably push them behind a Texas A&M or South Carolina that's only have one loss on the season. So that's why I have A&M picked there, because definitely if A&M is available for BCS Bowl, a team will be very, very quick to grab them up with the hype that surrounds them and the viewers that team brings. Sorry. But also, same thing with Clemson, a high-powered offense. I have them losing twice this year, and I went to South Carolina. I believe I have them losing to Florida State as well. But Clemson's a very good team. There's two high-powered offenses there, and that would be a heck of a game to watch. And now, finally, last but not least, the BCS National Championship game. One obvious pick here and one not so obvious pick here. It might surprise a ton of people, but I really believe it's what's going to happen. Have the Alabama Crimson Tide playing for the third straight national championship versus the Louisville Cardinals. And I believe that wholeheartedly, based on the pure fact that Louisville has an extremely easy schedule, and they're going to be ranked pretty high for an incoming former Big East team, now called American Athletic Conference, to be ranked this high in the preseason. This is the highest I think a Big East team is going to be ranked in a very long time coming into the season. And I believe if Louisville's, definitely going to be ranked in the top 10, and that's going to help them out, because once the team loses, they'll jump them, and so on and so forth. If they're ranked barely in the top 25, it'll take them forever to move up. But with the advantage of being ranked high and an easy schedule, they'll end up creeping up in the standings. Maybe just not in a couple weeks, but throughout the season, they'll get up there. And like I said, I believe every other team in the country is going to have a loss. And I think with Louisville such high preseason standings that they'll creep up enough and get to number 2 and pass over everybody that has the one loss and make it to the national championship and shock the world and play Alabama. Alabama, we all know, 2 straight national championships, going for a 3rd straight, which is a very good possibility, because I believe we are better than we were last year. Just a lot of talent coming back and have an insane offense and a great defense to tag along there. A.J. McCarron going for his 3rd straight national championship as a starting quarterback for Alabama. A great running back duo and just complete running back depth, to be honest with you. I mean, T.J. Yeldon, Kenyon Drake, Derrick Henry, Justin Fowler coming back, and that's something that was not thought of last year a lot, was because we had our best wide receiver coming into the year, which was DeAndre White. He was hurt very early in the season, so we missed him for a big part of the season, but we really didn't skip a beat without him. And he's coming back, so that just adds to our insane wide receiver depth. And then Justin Fowler, who was our starting H-back, he was hurt for the whole entire season pretty much, and he's coming back to resume that starting role. And we actually had a walk-on playing the H-back role last year, so with the loss of Justin Fowler. So we have 2 guys coming back that was unheard of last year because of their injuries. So we're going to be an insane offense this year. Offensive line is going to be a question mark because we lost 3 guys to the NFL. But I believe the talent that we have with recruiting will be fine on the offensive line front. Don't expect them to be as dominant as they were last year, but they'll be a very good team. And we all know Louisville, Teddy Bridgewater, they bring back pretty much their whole entire team. They have a very good defense. It's very underrated. One of the best secondaries in the country. Hakeem Smith is a very, very good safety there for Louisville, and they actually have a very good offensive line. They lost a couple guys, but they lost their running back for the season. But the running game really wasn't a big part of their team last year. They bring back pretty much every single wide receiver. So Louisville is going to be a very talented team, benefiting from a high preseason ranking and an easy schedule. I think eventually it'll take them a while, maybe the whole entire season, down to the last week to get up to number 2. But I think it's possible, and I really do think it'll be Alabama versus Louisville for the BCS National Championship, based on the fact that every other team has one loss, and I think that will actually happen. And I mean, some voters might still vote one loss Oregon or Ohio State above Louisville, even though I personally believe Louisville's schedule was not that much tougher than Ohio State's this year. But and it would help out Louisville, Boise State, and San Diego State did join the conference this year, because that would have gave them a conference championship game, which only helps their strength of schedule. But that's not the case, and this is how it is. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think about my predictions in the comment section below. Let me know what your BCS predictions are. I know a lot of people will probably disagree with me, but I really do believe that Ohio State, Oregon will have one loss. I know the popular pick is Alabama versus Ohio State, but I don't see that being the case. But just let me know, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day, guys, and as always, roll Tide, go Sox, and go Titans to you. I'll see you later. Have a great day.